over 24 hours ago, Sebi chairperson Madhabi Puri Buch announced the regulator was exploring instantaneous settlement of trades on the bourses. Besides this, the regulator is looking at reviewing the delisting regulations to ensure better price discovery. Sebi chairperson also announced that it will move to T+1 settlement cycle for all kinds of scrips from the 1st of October. My colleague Sakshi Batra spoke to market analyst Himang Jani about the significance of these measures and how they impact the small investor.
Last evening, we heard the Sebi chairperson make a slew of announcements which will impact the way, investors trade and they get the transactions done. Let's talk about all of these developments and help all our viewers really understand what do they actually mean for them as an investor and for the markets at large as well. So Sebi did announce that it will move to a T+1 settlement cycle for all scrips effective October 1st, 2023. This means that the trades will be settled one day after the date of the trade instead of the current 2-day settlement cycle, and this will be extended to mutual funds as well. Could you explain this further? Is this a path-breaking move? How will this really help the end investor?
Actually, T+1 is already implemented. Now what Sebi is talking about is an instantaneous settlement. The moment you do the transaction, it will get settled immediately, and with UPI framework being in place, the Sebi is trying to see if we can move towards a instant kind of a settlement, part. And we think that this can be very big in terms of reform because it can actually do away with the current margining system. Because currently, when you try to do some transaction on the exchange, you have to pay a certain upfront margin. And T+1 is surely a little better, but when you do instant transaction or settlement, that reduces the lag even by less than one more day. So I think for sure it will bring about more efficiency in the system. The money flow will be much faster, and I think the participation also will improve. So I think these are path-breaking reforms, and the speed at which Sebi is implementing or trying to implement is surely quite positive.
Okay. The other thing that Sebi chairperson announced was as far as the delisting process is concerned, to simplify that process. The regulator noted that the process of exiting the stock markets has to be made simpler going forward from here. They've now thought about allowing companies to delist via fixed price as well. If you could break that down for all those companies that are listed on the exchanges, how will this really impact them?
Sakshi, currently, there was this reverse book building process for the companies which were looking to delist their stock. And this process was slightly complex and, maybe few large investors could actually influence that. And I do remember that in few cases like Linde, for instance, the stock price was about 800 or thereabouts, and some large investors had put in a bid of more than 2,000 rupees and the promoter then backed out. And the whole delisting did not go through. And because there are a large number of investors, sometimes the price at which they quote varies, and there are instances where the delisting does not go through successfully. So I think SEBI is trying to make it more simpler, and if there is a fixed price mechanism, maybe that would be a little easier for everybody to look at, and maybe the success ratio could be better. Okay. So we think that surely it's a positive step by SEBI for the companies who are trying to delist their stocks.